Hi guys. We'll be. Oh, why do I have this open?
We'll be back to pick you up later.
We'll be starting in a couple seconds.
Oh, no, I don't think we can go default. I think we have to go comfy.
Oh, hey guys.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Can you help me out with the camera, please?
One for a water thing, and then I
Okay.
bypassed the. I just totally skipped the whole straw thing, and then I was like, never had a lot of straws.
I don't think I've ever made this big a mistake in my life.
I did.
That's all you got.
Definitely.
Should we lower it?
Stay in.
Yeah, just like go. Yeah, now tilt it up.
Put it like right behind here, so you have like reference.
Perfect. No. Yeah, that looks good. Now tilt the camera up. Just move the head of the camera. We are live, by the way. Just move the head of the camera. Why are you insisting?
You asked him to do it.
Ay, ay, ay.
Let's remember that.
That's like me asking you, "Oh, can you update my website for me?" Just hit enter. Whatever you write, just do it. Just do it. Just
Right?
you're done.
Well, guys, this show is going to take a while to get started.
Was it okay?
No, it's got to go up.
Do you want it done?
You just told me to go
fast or do you want it
down.
done
Yeah,
right?
I'm saying tilt the head of the camera up. There. Can you go more, please? There. Oh, that's great. Right. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It was so good.
I was wondering what we're working with as far as ceiling.
A little bit more down. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
It's pretty good.
Now, if we could only make it wider. Louder.
Am I in the shot?
You are.
Oh.
You're half your face is. Mom brain is there.
Let's see if I can.
You're great. You're great. Don't
Maybe if
worry
I-
about it.
Yeah, just
Let's
got.
make sure everything's
Sit up.
belongs.
What is going on? All right. What are we? Aegis Slash?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start
I
this
gotta
mess.
here, 'cause I don't want to see the computer.
You got enough space?
Do I have enough space? Actually, can you move over?
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast. Webisode 681. The Aegis
Brought to you by Dunkin'
Podcast.
Official
Aegis Slash. Whoops.
Caffeinated beverage of the New York Jets.
I just said Aegis.
And Giants.
Is it on it?
Yeah?
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, if they win, I get cheap coffee.
How are the
Ooh.
Jets and the Giants on the same cup, right?
No, they're both New York.
No.
Yeah, I know that, but
Yeah,
they
they're
don't
both-
like each other.
they're
It's not
both-
like when the Jets win, the Giants are like, good job, guys. We'll see you later. I'm sorry if the Jets win. What a thing for me to say. It's the one thing I know about sports. Is that the Jets never win.
They're both New York, except they both exist in
New Jersey. Well, we get the money from,
Nueva Jersey.
right? Like all the revenue from like MetLife and all that. That's us, isn't it?
I think the
No, that's Snoopy's.
Sort of like the Statue
Snoopy
of Liberty.
keeps all the profits.
Yeah, that's son of a bitch. Mom Ray, can you tell us about Aegis Slash, please?
Okay. Aegis Slash's body resembles a golden sword with the blade pointing downwards. The edge of the blade is white and somewhat serrated near the tip. Its single eye. Just one eye.
Brown eye.
Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Its single eye, which is purple
Aye, Captain. Read on.
with a white linear pupil, sits where the blade meets the hilt, where it's surrounded by black coloration. The handle is thick at its base, tapers as it progresses to the end, and is striated. Two cloth-like arms emerge from the sides of the hilt. Each
Thick at
arm
the
is...
base, tapers to the tip.
That's right. That's the way you like it.
Can we have one podcast where there's not crude jokes,
Each arm is
please?
primarily black and ends in lavender,
Listen,
transitioned...
if anybody knows about swords, it's Nikki
It's you, yeah.
Hill.
Transitioned by a slight whorl between the two colors.
Whorl.
It carries, whorl. It carries an ornate shield in at least one of its arms, usually the left arm. Aegis Slash is capable of changing its stance in the middle of battle, depending on what moves it uses. It carries out offensive moves.
Hold on one second. I know we're fighting for
I don't know what's
Equal rights.
Equal rights, but I'm going to change my stance on this, and I'm against it now.
Carries out
Get
offensive
it?
moves in its blade form with an E at the end. That's how you know it's really fancy.
Meme. I love those hot internet memes.
Spicy memes. In which it carries its shield in its left arm and exposes its blade, which it uses to slash its opponents. Defensive moves are performed in its shield form, in which it holds its shield up in front of its blade, with both its arms crossed behind the shield.
I know.
It is number...
Wait, both its arms are crossed?
It's holding it with its junk, with its purple-eyed blade. It's number 681. It is a steel ghost type.
Mm-hmm.
Its ability is stance change.
Mm-hmm.
There
You're a
are
great politician, right?
equal number of
He doesn't
male
know if he's coming or going.
and female. They are 5'7", which is coincidentally about my height,
Oh,
I would be terrified.
a
if I
formidable
saw-
opponent.
and 116 pounds, which is coincidentally my weight.
Thanks, Mom. Hi, Name King Clown and Cedar
Wait,
and
what's
Northern
what's
Sequence
the male-to-woman ratio?
I already
50-50?
said, yeah.
and Chris and Deontay and Fred McNanner
So there's a
and
good chance you're a
Santiago.
Sword.
You know, the people that are here live and you talk over me while I'm saying hello to them. They
You know
put
what?
up with this
I'm
garbage.
here live, and you haven't said hello to me once.
That's true. And Sarah and Sam Strawbridge and
Ma'am,
Mother
Ham,
Brain and Kim
Ham?
and Barry Bloy,
Barry boy.
who said this episode is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts, and Timothy Honeycutt. And
Is Timothy Honeycutt the actor that played Loki?
that's the one. Boy Meets Nintendo.
My Fridays are
and
sponsored by Dunkin'
Suave
Donuts.
551 and ZX Billy and
Now that I'm
Saltine
closer,
Supreme, one of my
go
favorite
on
names,
lunch break.
and Mark and Dre Gamer and Roth and
That was not bad
Patrick.
coffee.
Whoa, Patrick Rogers
I feel bad getting this, but I really don't
and
want
everybody
to
else that
this.
joins that I didn't see. Hello, Sir Rowlett.
I shouldn't have gotten the
Thanks for
flavor.
coming, everybody. Okay. I have
Are
a
we
few
done?
things I need.
Are
That's
we-
it, everybody. That's a wrap. We did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
The sun's coming
I have a
out.
few things I need to do today. I need to do laundry. I got mow lawn. I got to take a shower.
That's my brains list.
I didn't do any of
All right.
Well, I took a
okay.
shower.
Here's Rummy Cowboys list. I got a few things I got to do today.
What
I'm
was
sorry.
that?
What was that about?
Were you-
No.
Were you-
People that were watching saw what it was, but people that are only listening will never know. They just heard the noise.
Okay.
I was really ambitious because I was like out here, like that's not happening. Anyway, go ahead, Nikki Hill.
Got an update. Boop, beep, bop, boop.
There it is. Thank you. We have. Oh, I took a screenshot of it. I have some
That's
things
up.
I need to cover before we get to the regular stuff. Yes, we are doing the Switch icon game today, which is known as new segment. Cool.
New segment.
Cool.
I've not seen new segment. Cool.
Well, this is our second week. It's Nikki Hill's. Wow, that's really weird. I was going to call it your
Wow.
brain baby.
My brain baby.
I don't know why I was going to say that. Well, we have an email from someone.
Uh-oh.
Long time no email. With the recent revival of the soundboard and your comment on show 679 about old listeners chiming in, I thought I should chime in myself. I ripped and sent in all the Smash Brothers Brawl clips over 10 years ago.
You want metal?
And I have no, I have no idea. I have no idea how you managed to keep up with them all this time. We didn't. I ripped them shortly after buying a video capture card to try out some new fad at the time called Let's Plays. Boy, what a silly idea that never caught on. Am I right? Oh, no. As part of my ongoing support
Oh, no.
of the soundboard, I humbly submit a new clip that hopefully makes you and Mom Brain laugh. Looking forward to more crazy podcasts in the future. From Outlaw Moogle. And he
That's
says,
a name I haven't heard
Wow.
in a decade.
he says,
Wow.
P.S. Kirbutashi is still around as well and is usually rooting for Comanche to step on your laptop during the
Wait a
show.
minute.
Well, thanks, you jerk.
Kirby, they both used to do banners
Drugs.
for you, right? I think he got.
Boy, really put me on the spot
got
here.
Outlaw Moogle like involved in the website.
I do.
Like, or got Outlaw Moogle listening.
I think Kiributashi did. Yes.
And I wouldn't have known that if you didn't mention Kiributashi.
I don't know.
But that's.
So this sound clip for the soundboard is brand new to the soundboard. It is our first non-video game entry, but it is completely related to the podcast. So Kirby, if you will.
Well, you know what? I'm actually.
You're gonna hold on to it.
I'm waiting for like the perfect opportunity to use it.
No, will you just play the darn clip?
Hey, Kirby, is now the perfect time?
No.
Thank you so much, Outlaw Moogle. That is Roger saying no, which is something Roger from American Dad. Something that we've been talking about in recent episodes because I love that sound clip. So,
and there is nothing like asking raw meat or raw meat asking me for something and being able to answer just like that. Like, before you leave, could you just get me something for breakfast? No.
So thank you very much to both Outlaw Moogle and Kiributashi.
I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of use out of this one.
Outlaw Moogle. It sounded like you said Alamoogle, like some weird Harry Potter spell.
Alamoogle.
Alamoogle!
Can you make that into a button? So it's basically an app, but all it is a button on my phone that I could just press at any point. Is that possible?
Yeah. You do that.
Yeah.
Create a sound clip that's connected to just one button, so you don't have to go into it. You just play it.
I don't see why
I
not.
don't know why it's doing this.
I love this Bluetooth speaker.
Does it mean the battery's low?
It's been plugged in.
Oh,
it's still plugged in.
Maybe the battery's too full.
That's what it is. The noise for a 2 full battery. Yeah. Okay. So
battery will melt.
It's connected to something, but what?
5 minutes.
Look at the colors though. Pretty.
I mean, who would think it would be such shoddy quality from
5
Below?
You know.
Okay.
5 Below.
My Shiruba. It's just sound like to me.
What's that?
My
Brookstone. I don't know if all Brookstones.
Love that.
But the
alien.
one
I think
that
they're
was
all.
in Shores, they're closing, so
Yeah.
everything's like discounted.
Why did this come up?
Because they have
Bluetooth.
Okay.
I can make it like.
It is time.
Wow.
Hello, Spectre Bazaar.
Do I look cool?
Yes, very cool. Just keep doing
The
it.
coolest.
This is the clip when I'm like trying to get sponsors for podcasts to be like, this is what our show's like right here. All right. So we have new segment, Cool. Week number 2, Mom Brain. New segment, Cool. This is what it is. Nikki Hill's idea, his brain baby.
Got it.
I go through and I find Switch icons. I remove the name from them in a program called Paint, and I show you the icons, and you tell me what you think the name of the game is, what the game's about, and then I have the official description and obviously the name as well. So last week,
Is
hi
this what
Joe.
we open with?
This is what we open with. Is that okay?
The new segment, Cool?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that okay?
Well, it's a new segment.
We're
very excited about it.
I
So that's
like
what we said
to-
last year, but
Yeah.
Over the past however many episodes, I like to get like let's have a little fun in the beginning of the show. Then we get to the news, which people still like, they said, so we'll do some news, and then we go back to the more fun stuff. That's what I think. It's a shovel sandwich. Or as they say, a compliment sandwich. 2 good things, and in the middle is the real bad one.
That's how we teach. That's actually how we speak to parents. We're like, look, your kid's really clean, but he's an asshole. But he has a healthy lunch every day.
Yeah. Okay. So last week, people were like, we can't see the icon. What, it's a dog and pony show. Here, I completely agree. You couldn't see the icon. So this week, I went through the trouble of making a gallery for you guys that has
I tried holding it up to the camera. But,
all 3 icons. Now let me see if this is I should have checked this earlier. 1, 2, 3. Yes, this is okay. So the icons in this gallery are in the order of which I am presenting them to the podcast crew. I am pasting it into the chat right now. There you go. And I will now, I will add this link to the description later for people that are watching the archived version. So if you're listening to this now, you can go in the description and see this link and play along.
You, Link, are the hero.
Because you said link.
I like it.
The still daughter says no links in the chat. Can somebody tell me if the link actually works? That would be terrible if it doesn't. I mean, I see it. I can click on it. Can you guys see it or no?
That's just on your desktop.
You're looking at your desktop the whole time. Okay, Santiago says I only recognize one of the icons. So the link works. We got it. Thank you, guys. All right. So here we go. Link number 1, I'm showing it to you guys on my phone,
Can
obviously.
I look it up on the link? Can you send me the link?
No, I want you to see
I
them
think that would be
individually.
cheating.
Here is icon number 1.
What am I looking at?
The only thing that's been removed is the name, which is obviously very big, but you're getting the full image of the icon. Hi, Bert Nerbers. Thanks for joining live. What a great name.
Okay.
We're playing our new game, new segment. Cool.
Can I see it when they're
It
done?
looks
Bring
like
the icon.
it's like a dolphin alligator hybrid or something. Yeah, I'm gonna call
Got
it dolphin alligator hybrid simulator.
I mean, we don't have much reference because it looks like we're missing a big portion of the photo.
No, you're missing the logo. That's the only thing that's there.
Then I'm calling it like Landfish 2000 because it doesn't look like they're underwater and they look really excited to be where they're at.
It doesn't look like they're underwater.
They're like exploring. They're exploring uncharted territory to fish.
Oh my god.
No, we're just giving a title.
I love this segment. No, you can tell me what you think the game is about, which is what
And
he
I
did.
think
You
that's
can give
what
me a
the
title
game
too.
is. The game is you're exploring over continents, but you're fish.
Taking a long time.
Yeah, you're flopping. You're not. You don't have feet.
Like
And you don't,
roll. You
you
roll
don't-
them with the Joy-Con. Well, Rainy, you sound like you got a title.
Yeah. Goldfish Noodler. Goldfish Noodler 17, not 18, 17.
17.
And
It's a good year.
in the game, you are
Hi, Carefree Captain. Nice to see you.
you're a career noodler, and you
Boy,
have,
am I.
that's how you practice in a small like you inherit your grandpappy's aquarium store, and that's where you practice noodling.
What is going on here? Hi, it's a trap. Hi,
Like, you
Drew.
mean like,
When you catch the fish with your hands.
Yeah, they got that. Hi, Blunners. What is going on? Yeah, they got that. That hillbilly hand fishing. Is that still a TV show? Well, anyway, thank you for your answers. They were great. The game is called Catch 'em Goldfish Scooping.
wow.
Just
Recreate
another way to say what I already said.
Recreate Japan's colorful traditional summer game with beautiful graphics. Tilt the Joy-Con like you're really scooping fish. With 4 modes to enjoy with 2 to 4 players, you can have an intense battle with this party game.
What
In
the heck
addition
is
to
the eel monster.
Yeah,
In
what?
addition to
That's not a
scooping
goldfish.
goldfish for points, you can use items to your advantage and mess with your opponents. Make this fun goldfish scooping party game your new tradition.
Extra bonus points if you can scoop the giant fish
Goldfish.
dinosaur from Jurassic World.
Have fun playing alone. Oh, wait. We got a whole story here, too. An emergency SOS from the goldfish. Invasive species have crashed the party.
Oh, that's-
Protect the goldfish from invasive species like
Protect the
snapping
goldfish!
turtles and gator gars.
He was right. It was like it's like a dolphin
Wow.
crocodile
You're all
hybrid.
right.
What's a gator gar?
He
That
Kirby
thing.
told you.
What I want to know is how were the goldfish able to send out a distress signal or whatever?
Well, watch their mouth.
Well, they do. Goldfish and goldfish have echolocation like dolphins. So the
Oh.
dolphins picked up on it. Dolphins are very smart. And the rest is history. All right. Well, that's one.
Have fun playing.
I don't know that we're
do
going to
that.
do 3 every week, but we
Mom,
are
Ray,
doing
and
3
Kirby
again.
together. Told you what
Got
that
it.
game is for real.
All right, everybody. Again,
little.
the link is in the chat if you want to enjoy looking at these icons with us. This is icon number 2, Mom Brain. I will start with you this
Oh, there's
time.
more than one.
Oh, yes. Comments to yourself, please. We want everybody to see this
That
before
was your comment. Don't make everything.
my comment.
Okay.
Gentlemen,
Oh well, I think I know
I
what this
thought
is.
you might know what that game is.
Yeah,
So
I
we'll-
recognize part of the logo.
we'll
so
leave-
I'll just sit this one.
We'll
out.
leave this to Nikki Hill and Mom Brain.
Is that a lady bat?
You tell me. This is your Switch
you
icon
ready?
game.
Are you ready
Oh,
for
I'm
mine?
ready.
Okay. The title is called Samurai Furry Friends. And
Oh, shoot.
you and a bunch of friends from your furry club that you hang out with
Yes.
have discovered an evil in your town, and you've decided to train in the ways of the samurai in order to save your town from almost certain destruction.
This rated mature?
Well, obviously.
for
I mean-
sexual content.
Well, look, you can go on a date and not have it rated mature, like just because it's about furries. Like the furry lifestyle
It's
isn't
your
just
game.
about
I
sex.
asked you.
It's about living out your persona.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, Laxter.
So no, there's no sex in this
And
game.
Tommy. Okay.
Stop judging people and the things they choose to do
I didn't
in
judge.
sex.
I was asking the things they do in sex. Nikki Hill?
I mean, I thought it was maybe a lady bat,
You're
but I
wrong.
think
You're wrong. I'm right.
Mom brain. This is not how new segment Cool is played.
Sorry.
it's a spin-off of a Sonic series, and I think it's Lady Tails. So Tails has gone missing, and Lady Tails is on the search. Sonic is not a part of this, and neither is Knuckles. It's just Lady Tails. Very loosely.
Lady Tails the bat.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Kirby, do you know what this game is?
Enjoy playing alone.
It's enjoy playing alone. What's it called? Like Dust? I know Elysian Tale.
That is exactly right.
Okay.
Tail spelled Tail.
Right.
Dust, an Elysian tale. Immerse yourself in a gorgeous hand-painted world on a search for your true identity. As the mysterious warrior Dust, your action-packed journey will take you from peaceful glades to snowy mountaintops and beyond. As the mysterious warrior Dust, your action-packed journey will take you from... It just said this. At your disposal is the mythical blade of Ara, capable of turning its wielder into an unstoppable force of nature, and the blade's diminutive guardian, Fidget. So you were looking at Fidget.
That's Fidget.
That is.
Fidget.
But she also goes by... It's a
PC's
she.
in the chat. She's like, acknowledge me. I didn't even see her.
Is that a
Oh, there
she?
she is.
Acknowledge me.
Huh?
Is Fidget a she, or just like...
There's boobs.
It looks like it, right?
I gotta admit, I played the game
With
for
a
like a
boner.
couple hours. It didn't do it for me. I've heard lots of good things about it. It's very highly reviewed, but I just...
Just so everyone knows, Fidget also goes by the name Lady Tails. So I was
Oh,
close.
okay. All right, your final icon. Which I'm very excited about.
I'm still kind of trying to get over that Diddy Kong Tipsy Top.
Tip Top?
Tip Top, yeah.
Tip Top the chimpanzee.
This is icon number 3, the final icon of new segment Cool. Gentlemen, it goes to you first.
Oh, no.
Oh,
At first, I thought those were like QR codes on the wall or something. What is happening?
I'm so excited to pick this one. Come on, Brent.
I think he plays an art teacher. But the art teacher is played by... It's based on the guy that I know from like one of the Police Academy movies. He was also... who was he? Shoot, I can't remember his name.
Thank you, Robert.
He's their lawyer at one point in Silicon Valley. I don't know if you guys know.
Now he's doing video games.
Well, he's an actor, but he's just the character model seems based on him. But yeah, I think he's an art teacher, and you have to go to school, go to work every day. And
I know what it is.
if you don't have your coffee, it's just a bad day.
He's
So
making a big point. To hold
Every
up that
day in the
coffee.
game, you have to start with coffee, or else you lose a lot of life points.
Blunners says, I think it's called Tally Ho Tea Time. Could be tea.
Oh,
Could be
yeah,
tea.
yeah,
Yes, my brain, go ahead.
It's called Daddy's on a Business Trip. And in this game, your father has a psychotic break and has to be put away. And while he's away in this facility, he's in art therapy, and you have to, as the kids and the mother, convince him that his art is good in order to help him mend from his psychotic break so that he can come home.
It's got a nice picture of
Like he can tell if you're lying.
Big Ben.
Ron?
There we go. He's got a monkey. He's got some kind of scenic.
I also like that the windows behind him are stained glass, and it's the Earth with rays coming out
Yes,
of it.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this takes place on another planet where the Earth is actually the source of light for this planet.
I was really hoping you were going to say it takes place on another planet, and he's been tasked with explaining to people what Earth is like, so he's drawing terrible pictures.
I was wondering, why are the pictures being hung on a window?
This is Philipix, Phil's Epic Adventure. Create beautiful pixel art as you reveal 120 amazing photographs from Phil's epic trip around the world.
Oh, he's a traveler.
Philipix is a new picture logic puzzle from the makers of Pick-a-Pix Deluxe, but with huge, scrollable puzzles up to 100 squares wide. You'll reveal pictures much larger and more detailed than ever before. There you go.
I don't know. I've reviewed some pretty large photos in my life.
Not like these. Definitely not like this.
Pixelated. all photos have been taken on a Game Boy camera.
That's week 2 of new segment. Cool. I really don't want to do it unless Nicky Hill's around because it's his.
Don't do that. You guys, it flourishes with you. You guys do great. I mean, I'm
just saying what I'm saying.
I do.
So we'll see what happens, but we will definitely continue to do it. I just don't know how often.
Would you say let's wait and see?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would never say that.
So that's it for September. Nice.
Oh, you're not back anymore in September?
At the very end of the month, but I might not be here at the end of the month.
So you're not going to be here at all?
Okay.
I
Got it. All right.
I finished work on the 22nd. I was kind of thinking of maybe just booking a trip to Universal in Florida for Halloween Horror Nights the last week of September.
You could go stay with my mom.
Good.
You don't want to do that. Let's do some news. Yeah? I feel like I'm forgetting
Not that I wouldn't want to. I just...
My dad could let you drive the El Camino around.
Is it an El Camino?
It's mine. And yes.
What do you mean it's yours?
Mine.
He
It's my
stole it.
car.
You bought it?
No, he bought it for me. It's beautiful. Have you ever seen it? I
Nothing's
haven't
better
shown you
than
a picture.
whispering on a podcast.
What color is
I've
it?
never seen
Red.
it.
Candy. Apple.
Hey, Mom Brain.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Smash Brothers Ultimate is the best-selling game of 2018 on Amazon already, and that's
Here's what
only
I-
based off of
I
pre-orders?
have a problem.
Oh, this is about
I'm
cars,
getting
isn't it?
pretty sick of listening to video game news every week.
Hi, Mario. Yes, believe it or not, just through pre-orders alone, Smash Brothers Ultimate is the best-selling game of 2018 on Amazon. So that is talking about all of the games that are available for pre-order and all other games that are already out. So you name any game in 2018, and Smash Brothers Ultimate is already beating it. And Smash Brothers doesn't come out until December.
Oh, I hit that by accident. I meant to hit this one.
Damn it. I'll allow it. They don't give specific numbers, obviously, but you would imagine there are games at, in the very least, tens of thousands sold on Amazon, if not much more than that, but we shall find out. Tommy says, come to LA Hollywood for Halloween Horror Nights. Stay with us.
It's really just
Wait,
an
who
excuse
said
for
that?
him to have.
Tommy did.
Tommy did?
And PC says, probably this game is selling so well probably because of all the Sweet Daisy action. No, that's definitely not it. Mock Turtle says, everybody's getting their orders in before that 20% pre-order discount goes away. That could also be something. People are really angry about that. I got to be honest, I didn't even know what was going on.
So, yeah, you end up having to pay like $2 more, I think.
Well, I haven't bought a retail game in a very long time, but that's
I get
changing.
all of my games for free.
Oh, a lot of the Switch games aren't retail; they're digital. But there's 2 games coming up that I am getting retail, but they're not Switch. I'm getting Spider-Man this week, and Tomb Raider the week after. Spider-Man's the 4th. Yeah,
I thought it was the 9th.
You're super excited for that, aren't you?
I am. Yeah,
I'm excited. It's like
it
Screw you
looks
guys,
awesome.
I'm out of here.
pizza.
It looks really good.
George,
Yeah.
you're up.
Slams the door. Slams the door.
It's like.
Well, I'll give her a
it's
chance.
almost-
We are only 681 episodes into the podcast. Yes, go ahead.
What do you mean to slam the door?
To learn not to slam a door on the podcast. Hi,
how many
Agent
podcasts have you
Ironcat.
done in this space?
How many years we been here? Over 100 shows, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Really?
Well, we've been here 2 years, right?
No, you haven't.
Like you said, it's so angry.
Have you?
No, you haven't, you son of a bitch.
No, listen to me. Natalia, listen to me.
That's terrible.
Natalia, the sluice.
Just listen to me. Just listen.
I'm
I
listening.
don't know.
Are you
what
going
I'm
to say
trying
something?
What were we talking about? Spidey senses are tingling. It's like the Batman Arkham series, but for Spider-Man.
But bright and colorful.
But it's like, the same kind of
And
style of
Spidey.
gameplay where it's like talking to people. In
I
your
hope
head.
not.
And why? I like those.
You'd only talk to
The
people.
first Arkham Asylum I loved. There was a very here is your experience, very
Arkham City.
tailor-made. The next one I was like, it's good. And then the next one I was like, no. Because it was just
I really hated that tank.
too much. Like, I understand what's Rocksteady going to do. Where are you going to get, not the Ninja Turtle guy, the company.
Right.
What are you going to do? Like, where are you going to take the franchise? They're like, well, we made this one, maybe we made the next one bigger. Now we got to make the next one bigger, and that's it. They're done. Like, where are you going to go after that?
You know which part of Arkham Knight I absolutely hated?
Batman?
Yes, obviously it was Batman.
The night part.
No, do you remember the tank stealth level?
Yep. Well, you are not a fan of stealth, so it must have been
and
even worse
trying to
for
be
you.
stealthy in a tank, it made me want to rip the hair out of my head.
Made me want to kill my parents. Yes, Nikki Hill. What? Okay.
I was excited for the game up until you said all that.
Wait, Spider-Man?
Yeah, we weren't even
We're
talking about
excited for
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And I said it's like,
When was the last time there was a good Spider-Man game
said-
besides that one?
Oh,
Spider-Man
the Sega
fails
CD
inside
one?
the. No, that's great. No, the one I sent the video clip of a few months
Oh
ago.
yes.
Help me! I'm going to die. No, that's a
Oh, that
masterpiece.
clip
Yeah,
is
I mean,
so
like
great.
Activision had the license for so long, and Beanox and all that. Those companies, Vicarious Visions, I
There've
think
been
too.
so many Spider-Man games.
It did a lot of them, yeah, for all the movies and everything. There were a couple decent ones in there, but nothing fantastic. I mean, the last really good Spider-Man game was done by Neversoft a million years ago.
Like Shocker or something in the subway tunnels, and you had to run from tunnels.
Yeah. This one does look fantastic. It looks really good. I appreciate that Sony is really pouring some money into it.
Was that the game? Was that on the original Xbox or something where it was people were so blown away. It's I can web sling forever, and then it was but what's your web on right now?
See, I don't care. I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm playing as a man who's got spider abilities that flies around. I don't need to be that web didn't connect to a building.
You were up above all the buildings, slinging away.
So what?
It's weird.
It's fun. It's fun.
The science doesn't hold up.
You're right. I'm sorry.
He's slugging off airplanes that you just can't see.
Goodbye, Omar.
Maybe
Sorry you have to go.
satellite up in orbit.
Nikki Hill made him leave.
I'm sorry you have to go, Omar, but thanks for joining us for a little bit. Switch already has over 1,000 games, and it's set to overtake the 3DS's total software releases. For a moment. When this was posted, so this number is already outdated, the Switch had 1,065 pieces of software available for it between retail and digital. The 3DS is currently at 1,254 software releases available between retail and digital. So in a month or two, I guess 2 would be more likely, the Switch is going to surpass the total 3DS's software library.
1,065 games.
And I dare say
pieces of
that
software.
I would say at least 75% of those games are decent to excellent.
Are they all games? Is that 1,065?
No, they're not
games?
all games.
Some of
Neither
them
are they on the 3DS.
Okay, just calm down.
I have to say games and apps.
Now here's the question that I have for you. How many of these pieces of software actually cause enjoyment? Or create enjoyment in people or pleasure? Maybe 5?
I was waiting for a soundboard noise that I thought for sure was coming.
Which one?
He said he had a question.
I have a question.
Oh, right.
That's a good question.
Sorry.
It's actually a terrible question.
I thought I
Thank
saw
you
you
for support, Dr.
waiting
Wiley.
for him to stop so you could hit it right away.
Wait, is that Dr. Wiley?
You're asking me, how many are enjoyable?
What's Dr. Light?
Which ones are
I
making
just said
or
that.
What?
I just said I feel like this is just my own estimate that at least 75% of the games on the eShop are decent to excellent.
Yeah, well, that was before he started listening to you.
But there are a lot of shovelware
that
titles.
one that
25%
Kirby-
shovelware is not
We know
good.
that one that Kirby played wasn't good because it didn't have a map and he wanted to kill himself.
Well, that game was not reviewed poorly. It was just something Kirby didn't enjoy.
And let's think of other games that we just don't
Yeah,
like.
it wasn't for me. What was it called?
Well, I said I don't like Dust. I need to give it another shot, though. If I gave Gears of War like 6 tries, I can give Dust one more shot.
And you got to wait 5 years for
Dust. More like collecting dust on the shelf. All right.
Yeah.
It's funny because it was going to be a digital-only title, but there is a retail release, so that could happen.
So my joke
That is true. Yes, the joke is funny and true, Kirby.
All right.
Tanner Jr. says,
more like, what a bust.
That's what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking his is better, but
what's the fuss?
No.
Why you fuss?
Comment comes from Ben Golden Triforce, and he says, "How many of those are retail? We didn't have an eShop. Not really a realistic thing to compare. We had. It didn't have an eShop, but it had a shop.
What did?
The WiiWare.
Yeah, sure.
A select handful of those games made it to retail, but we had WiiWare, which were digital titles. Ben. Ben. Tommy says dust. More like dust. Tommy's got it. I don't know. I think you should go stay with Tommy. He sounds like a funny guy.
More like
are we doing this?
crust.
Yeah, I'll tell you this stuff. All right, so the Switch Online service, the paid service, is coming in the second half of September.
Dust, why distrust? I don't know.
What?
I mean, there's some more details about how the cloud service will work thanks to Blizzard, who is working on Diablo 3, the Eternal Collection for Switch. Blizzard.
They're still part of Activision?
Activision. That's why Activision's name is Activision Blizzard.
Right.
Or Activision, as we sometimes...
We do say that a lot.
We're thinking Blizzard and not Activision.
Well, we're speaking specifically about Blizzard here, yes.
It's another company that I didn't buy stock in a long time ago.
I swear to God, it doesn't matter what they put out. They can put out 2 games a year, and every press release they put out is Activision's stock beats expectations, beat revenue expectations. Every year, or every quarter, that's what happens. Here's some details about cloud saves. No. Save files will be automatically uploaded to the cloud. This will happen on a regular basis, but details on how frequently they're uploaded were not shared. No action on the player's part is required to do this. This allows for progress to be backed up. Saves can also be transferred to other devices. The only thing that won't be part of the cloud storage backup as far as Diablo goes is leaderboard stats. Everything else
Let's go to the leaderboards mode.
Everything else will get uploaded. Can we add guts to the soundboard?
You know, we were just watching. Well, we didn't watch any guts last night.
Oh, my goodness gracious. No, we watched
that's
right. Don't you have a crush on
Hymn
her?
Temple. Me?
Yeah.
No. She's a nice-looking lady, but...
It's not that he had a crush as much as he had a burning desire to dislike Michael.
It's not so much a crush on Mo as much as I wanted to crush Mike O'Malley. What was that stupid show he was on CBS? It made me so angry.
CBS? Oh, was it like a sitcom or something?
Yes. Where he was like a bum that lived on the couch or something. He wasn't really a bum, but he lived on their couch. Oh, it made me so mad.
Was it called like Yes Dear?
Yes! Yes!
I don't know how I remember that.
God!
Yes,
God, it made me angry. Steel Diver says, from wording in an earlier press release, it made it seem like it would only be for games that support it. Is this going to be similar to video capture, meaning all previously released games would need to update, would need an update made specifically for it? Edit. Also, as someone who keeps their Switch in airplane mode to conserve the lithium-ion battery to maximize how long it will last before requiring a replacement, I hope they offer a way to manually upload so I don't have to be connected all the time.
I mean, how often do lithium-ion batteries need to be replaced?
Depends.
Can you connect it to the internet on the dock?
What do you mean?
Can you plug into the internet?
The dock doesn't have an Ethernet port.
It doesn't?
No. You have the Switch.
Yeah, I don't open the dock. When do I open the dock?
No, there's the USBs
Doc?
and that's it. You can plug in one of the Ethernet, one of the USB Ethernet adapters and use that if you want.
That's what I'm talking about.
He could do that, yeah.
There's your
But he won't.
fishbowl.
People like to complain on the internet. Steel Diver
I like
says,
to complain in real life.
Yes, Dear was my favorite show growing up after Full House. I don't know if that's true or not. Steel Diver, tell me if that's true. I really want to know. That is kind of an interesting show to watch growing up.
When was that show even on?
I don't know.
I'm going to say around 2000.
How
That's
much
my guess.
growing up did you do during the year that it was on the air? How long
it was
was it
on
there?
for a long time.
Was it?
It was
Yes,
on
Dear
for
was?
a considerable amount of time. Can you look that up, please?
No.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What am I looking up?
Yes,
How long
O'Malley?
Yes Dear was on TV?
Mike
We are
O'Malley's full
officially
career?
the only podcast that has ever talked about Yes Dear.
Probably. Yeah.
No one has ever brought it up. Nintendo has revealed.
2000 and 2006.
Oh my god, I was right. I said 2000.
There
I
he
never
is.
get that stuff right.
Top billing.
Get that asshole off this podcast. Steel Diver says it used to be on TBS reruns. TBS used to show anything.
Oh wow! And Anthony Clark, the guy that was in Boston Common.
Oh, that's another show I forgot about. God.
Me too.
Nintendo has revealed Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch Pro Controller and Special Edition. So, if you are going to be playing Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch with a Switch Pro Controller, or you would like to be playing it with a Switch Pro Controller, you can go in and get a special Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch Pro Controller. It has the Smash Bros. Logo in it on it in white, and the handles of the controller are white as well. There's also a steelbook version of Smash Bros. Ultimate, so it is a steel case with the Smash Bros. Logo in fire. There, hey, Crazy Colonel, if you're listening, draw Mike O'Malley and a chimpanzee for the podcast picture. Is that an episode? That's like season 5 when they're like ratings are down. We got to add
So
something.
We need a chimpanzee.
they had issues with child labor, and they couldn't get kids to be in the show, so they just had a chimp play the kid.
I think it was because kids didn't want to work with Mike O'Malley. First comment comes
So
from.
here on IMDb, they credit Mike O'Malley and
Oh my god, this is a name I haven't seen it forever.
Liza Snyder,
But not the
but they
chimp.
don't credit
Bubbles.
Jim.
Shillelagh says that controller looks
TikTok.
lovely. Shillelagh says that controller looks lovely. I hope they've ironed out and fixed the D-pad issues completely. I can see those white controller grips getting very dirty easily. Yes, I agree with that. I'm going to read this comment because it's from someone I haven't seen a comment from in forever, but they're still around. Temptation says, I'm losing hope for Nintendo's controllers this generation. I got the Splatoon controller and it wasn't really any better, and I'm even having stick centering issues. Well, I'm glad I read that comment. You know what I should do from now on? Nah. I changed my mind. It took me all 5 seconds to change my mind.
Poop before you shower.
Tommy says, I'm surprised this isn't the GoNintendo podcast starring Mike O'Malley. Never. It will never be. That's not
Mike
true.
O'Malley
If
podcast.
somehow Mike O'Malley was like, big fan of the podcast, can I come on
Long time listener.
and at least consider it?
Right.
He'd be like, can I come on because they're bringing back Yes Dear and I want to plug it. We're not doing that. This is like an NPD game, but don't look at his story, Nikki Hill. I'm skipping
I'm
this
still on IMDb.
Mario one.
I didn't know that new True Detectives trailer was out.
Looks good. Looks good. Looks like they're going back to more of the weird stuff. Okay, top 5 media franchises in the world. This is the top 5 biggest media franchises in the world according to their worth, their revenue. Would anyone, Mom Brain, you can't guess because we already played this game.
Okay.
Nikki Hill and Kirby, would you like to guess?
What are we talking about?
Yeah, let me tell you
Johnny
again.
English Strikes Again. Did you know that was coming out?
Yeah, I did. I saw the trailer. This is the world's biggest media franchises, the top 5.
Media franchise.
Yeah, so we're talking about in terms of
Star Wars.
Star Wars is number 3.
Wow. Marvel. Is that
Marvel. No, Marvel is like a brand. We're talking about specific franchises.
Okay. Harry Potter.
No.
Okay.
wow?
Wow.
Wow.
So Star Wars. You said that was number
Still
3.
here.
Media franchises. I feel like we should know this better.
Well, I mean, we are talking about it on this podcast, so
Nintendo.
that's a
Super
brand.
Mario.
Mario's number 5, worth $27 billion.
Is GTA?
Not on here.
I was looking for a Mario clip, but
There's a Mario. There's hurry up already.
no, I was gonna do hee I got it, but I missed my moment.
There's another Nintendo franchise on here.
Really?
Yeah.
Zelda?
No.
What? Oh.
Pokemon.
Pokemon is number 1.
Wow.
All right.
Number 1, $59 billion. Number 2, Mom Brain's favorite,
Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty is number 2 at 50 billion. 3 is Star Wars number 4.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pornhub.
no. Been in everything. Cartoons, comics, video games, still around today. A mascot.
Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse,
Okay.
Yes. And then number 5 is Mario. So Nintendo, technically, Pokemon Company and Nintendo, and then Nintendo, have 2 of the top 5 in the entire world.
I got it.
That's
There it is.
pretty crazy, man.
Thank you so
Hi,
much for
Matt.
playing my game.
Omar, I thought you were
Thank you
leaving.
so much for playing my game.
So long, Gabe Bowser. That's what I got to put on there. Martin Stuff says, I'm sure Mom Brain is thrilled to bits to see Hello Kitty at number 2. You're right, she is. She's so excited that she can't even speak. Are we doing this? Yeah, I'll talk about this. All right, so Nintendo's got some new bundles for games coming out this holiday season, just in case you don't have these games already.
I hope one's a blanket.
They are
I love
doing...
bundling up under a blanket.
Bundle.
They are doing a new 2DS XL system that is purple and silver. So I guess you'd say kind of GameCube colors. With Mario Kart 7 pre-installed. Also, coming out on September 28th are the starter pack versions of 3 Switch games. Starter pack for Breath of the Wild, starter pack for Splatoon 2, and starter pack for Super Mario Odyssey. This is the game with... I didn't know what that noise
You
was.
all right?
Yeah.
This is the game bundled with a
Are you-
colorful strategy guide, and it costs the same price. So
Yeah, you just scared me
$60,
as well.
you get a special guide with it. There's also a bundle featuring a new Pro controller for Smash Brothers, which I've already detailed. So
I don't want to talk
there you
about
go.
it no more.
If you don't have one of those games already, you can get one now, or you'll be able to get one in September with a special guide. Hayawada says, well, the Smash controller have an improved D-pad. I want it, but I don't want to purchase another Switch Pro controller until the D-pad problems are fixed. I have a Switch Pro controller. I've heard all about these D-pad problems. I have not experienced them.
What is the
D-pad
problems
problem?
exactly?
The
Floats a
D-pad's
little bit?
made a little bit differently, and some people are complaining that the diagonal inputs are a little hard to do, and they're also complaining that you have false inputs where you're pushing one direction and it accidentally goes like
Oh, I had that problem all
up
the
or
time.
down.
It's
Uh,
coordination.
I personally haven't had it. I'm not doubting people because I see it all the time. I'm just saying
That definitely happens to me with the Xbox 360 controller.
that D-pad was
That happens to me with
horrendous.
every controller. That's my problem when I'm jumping, especially if I'm
You're
playing
nervous.
a 3D game and I'm
Hi,
trying
Xeno
to
Emblem.
jump onto a platform. I think I'm going for it and I miss, or I'm climbing up a ladder or something. I fall off or something. So I hate it.
Xeno Emblem says, I have 2 Pro controllers and I've never experienced these D-pad problems. Maybe it's not every Pro controller. Capcom is bringing back a franchise. They're not doing a new installment, but they are reintroducing this franchise to the world. For those of us who played, oh, Jesus, I don't know, what was it, PS2 this started? This franchise is coming back, and it is coming to the Switch. Onimusha.
Oh, yeah.
Onimusha Warlords, which is a remaster, or a remaster, remake, whatever you want to call it, of the original Onimusha game.
I call
It's
it
coming to the
combat.
Switch, and it's coming out January 15th, 2019. I loved Onimusha.
Yeah, actually, I think that was the game that convinced me to buy a PlayStation 2. It was probably the first game I ever played on it.
It's like Resident Evil, but like
yeah, but in like
samurais,
a feudal,
feudal Japan,
feudal fantasy.
Like even the camera style and the controls and everything, it's very much Resident Evil. It's like Dino Crisis was the same as Resident Evil, just with dinosaurs.
Yeah, and it's got like the static backgrounds. And
Yes.
everything. Oh yeah, and speaking of D-pads, I remember. You couldn't like use the analog sticks for the first game, right?
I honestly don't remember. Thank you, Zeno. I appreciate
Which I
that.
guess they've corrected for this.
I would think
this
so,
new edition,
yeah. This game, I believe, only costs $20. There's not going to be a retail version, unfortunately, for the Switch. There is a retail version for PS4 and Xbox One, but still, get it on the Switch eShop for $20. Thanks, Small Brain. This is North America and Europe. What are the updates? Capcom brings the original updated features, including high-definition
Sounds like a
graphics,
cream
widescreen display, analog stick support. There
Yeah.
you go, Kirby. What the hell happened? I lost everything.
So it's
A
on-
there's available easy mode option. There you go, Nikki Hill.
Oh, it is zombies.
And a new soundtrack. There's like monsters and creatures. And
Yeah, there's some actually like pretty cool looking monsters in the game.
Nikki Hill, did you hear me?
Oh, sticky.
easy mode, I said, for you. He was talking about analog sticks. You were complaining about...
Oh, I realized something else that was always a pun that was right in my face and I never picked up on. Should we talk about it now?
I was waiting, yeah.
You know the Sunday Funnies?
I do, yes.
High and Lois?
Yeah.
I always thought there was a person in there named High or something, but it's about like the ups and downs of just life. Highs.
But isn't it spelled like H-I?
It is.
It's High, like high and lows.
Yeah.
But the woman's name is Lois.
Yeah,
so,
so why isn't it spelled H-I-G-H?
Maybe I'm just wrong.
He's got you there.
Well, I don't think you're wrong. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Maybe to throw people off for years like they did me.
So there isn't actually a character named High, though.
I guess not. I've never seen.
I have a little bit of comic trivia. Did you know that Kathy, even though it ran like 20 years, was never read by anyone? Lyle Troy says, wait, what? No way. This is so cool. I had to struggle so hard not to laugh. The joke is that nobody likes Kathy. You really like that. Woo, man. Mom, did you read Kathy?
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, do you want to hear
Like a
something
cat
really
lady,
nice?
right?
My grandmother's friend Maureen gets like she's on
Maureen!
Maureen's on Facebook.
Maureen.
And people post like
Thank you, Name King and Clown.
Kathy like memes on Facebook, and Maureen prints them out and mails them to my grandma.
She probably got a whole like Hallmark card
She's got
collection.
Kathy, and who's the old lady?
That's what I was just gonna
With
say.
the tits that are like all.
Is she a comic or was she just a Hallmark
I think
lady?
she's just a Hallmark.
A Qualmic.
No.
Oh, I love my Qualmics.
What is her name?
I
She's got
don't know. I don't
The
know.
Hallmark grumpy lady?
You know the lady.
Oh, yeah. What is her name?
The dry, sarcastic lady?
That's what we want the
Always
podcast
wears
picture to be.
sunglasses.
Me as that lady.
No. We already got it. Mike O'Malley and a monkey. I'm
Let's
sorry.
see.
Well, no. Crazy Colonel, you draw whatever you want
Excuse me.
because your drawings are always fantastic. I don't want to make you. I don't want you to feel pigeonholed or anything
Mike
like that.
O'Malley and Tip Top.
Maxine. That's her name.
Ah.
Her name is Maxine.
All right, we're not doing
Guys,
that.
look at her.
We are doing this. I mean, we all know what she looks like.
She's such a bitch.
She's retired though, right? She looks like she's always on.
Oh yeah. You know what she is? She's a retired gym teacher, clearly.
Okay, here we go. Nintendo had their second in 2 weeks Nindies presentation. They did one for Europe, and then they followed up with another one for North America. And they announced another big bunch of Switch eShop games.
Wait a second. I watched the trailer from Gamescom. I didn't know about this trailer. I feel like I'm behind.
Yeah, this was
There's so
an
many
official
good things
like
coming
I
out.
know this was another like 20-some minutes presentation. Well, let me break it down for you, Nikki Hill. Announced and released, same presentation as Into the Breach, which is a very highly reviewed game made by the same guy who made FTL, Faster Than Light, which is an extremely popular title. That's on the Switch eShop right now. Also available right now. No, that's a lie. September 6th.
Where are you even seeing this?
I skipped my live blog and went right to the official press release. The next one above.
The next one? The one that starts with this other one? Hyper Light Drifter?
Yes. Hyper Light Drifter Special Edition. So
Whatever.
Hyper Light Drifter was supposed to come to the Wii U, and then it didn't come to the Wii U. And then the developers were saying they were thinking about doing a Switch version, and now they've officially done it. This is Hyper Light Drifter Special Edition. Includes all the content that was in all the other versions, plus exclusive content you will only find in the Switch version. New weapons like the Crystal Shot and the Blade Caster. And it's available to pre-purchase right now. Launches on the 6th. TowerFall.
Wait, and like
TowerFall.
Hyper Light Drifter.
Yeah.
Is that the shirt that Travis Touchdown was wearing?
Yes, you are correct.
What?
Oh,
Uh,
I didn't even know that.
yes, Omar, right now for Into the Breach.
What's Towerfall?
TowerFall is made by the Matt Makes Games, which is the same company that made one of my favorite games on the Switch, Celeste. TowerFall, I believe, was an Ouya exclusive for a little while when the Ouya was a thing.
What is that?
That little like
Ouya.
cube that was like all it's supposed to like revolutionized the game industry and everything. And like it came out, and this was, I don't know, not too many years ago. It wasn't all that long ago. Had a hugely successful Kickstarter and everything, and then it came out and it was just like nobody cared about it.
It was all supposed to be cloud based or something.
It was digital only. You couldn't buy games to put in it physically. But this version of TowerFall is a local multiplayer. I believe it has online as well. Just insanity. I don't know how else to describe it, but it looks fantastic. It's got a visual style that's similar to Celeste, but a bit different. Has a new 6-player battle mode. But if you go, we did a rundown of the blog post that Matt Makes Games did on this game to show you just how much new and different content there is in this game. So if you played on other platforms, this version has a lot of changes. It includes all the content that was released for other versions, plus exclusive characters like Madeline from Celeste, and also her bad counterpart, Battling. Yes, that is her name. So that comes out September 27th. Treasure Stack is a new puzzle game. It looks really cool. It's very... I love puzzle games, but it's not very often that I see a puzzle game where I'm like, this is something new. Like, this is a different type of puzzle game. Check out the trailer for it if you haven't. It's very interesting. It says, adds a unique platforming mechanic with hook shots and grappling hooks to the traditional falling block puzzle formula. Players control a whimsical cast of heroes as they navigate obstacles to stack treasure chests and solve puzzles. Cross-platform play between Xbox One and PC as well. Stack online with even more players. It comes to the Switch this winter. Really, check that out. Mom Brain, the game with a name that you're probably going to love, is Zarvit. And here's the two characters in Zarvit, Charcoal and Mustard. Charcoal and Mustard are the stars of this charming arcade game about friendship among cubes. Adventure through 9 worlds as they attempt to cheer up their best friend. And there's a versus mode as well. Mineko's Night Market is coming to the Switch. 20 hours of story-based gameplay, including 4 regions to explore, diverse villagers to meet, interesting quests undertaken, activities like sewing and woodworking to partake in. It also features cats, a lot of them. That's what it says. But even though this is a game starring cats, dog people will love it too.
Yeah.
Comes out early 2019 on Switch. Samurai Gun 2, which looks so friggin' cool, is coming to the Switch. The original lightning-fast Bushido brawler features a new adventure mode. Players can explore a medieval metropolis on the brink of crisis to discover the mystery behind Gun City's ghostly threat. This is being published by Double Fine, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Replay value for Celeste, Omar, you'll get a ton. If you're going for all the extra content in Celeste, it's going to take you a lot of time because it's super challenging. Bullet Age is coming to the Switch. It's a co-op action game. Players can team up with another player in an intuitive mix of sword and gun gameplay. That comes out this November. The World Next Door, which is influenced by anime, it says. Game follows a rebellious teenage girl trapped in a parallel world inhabited by magical creatures. Players will meet and develop friendships with an eclectic cast of characters by means of a reputation system. Blah, 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 blah. Comes out early 2019. Levelhead. Coming to Switch. Players that have a head for level building have found a game for them. And Levelhead players can design their own levels using a robust level maker, using both touch screen and traditional controls. Subscribing to other people's content allows players to create a curated feed of levels that they can play. There's leaderboards, there's couch co-op, a whole bunch of stuff in there. Share with players on PC, iOS, and Android. This comes out in November on a Switch. King of the Hat is coming to Switch, a fast-paced, hat-based party game.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Switch in early 2019. Mom Brain.
Fast-paced, hat-based party game.
Here it is, Mom Brain. The star of the show. Coming to Switch in early 2019. Untitled Goose Game.
This looks good.
With a name like Untitled Goose Game, what's not to love? In a game that defies all genres, Untitled Goose Game is part stealth, part sandbox, and all goose simulator. Play as a goose to take on challenges and cause general goose chaos. Coming to the Switch in early 2019.
I just hope you can chase people who get too close to your
Nest.
I'm sure you can. They also want you to know that Nintendo has added a new what is this? A new channel on the Switch system that will entirely focus on indie games. So if you want to keep tabs on all the indie content coming to the Switch. You can do it through this channel, and it's live right now. Also coming to the Switch,
Hey, right now.
a game that's out right now, The Messenger. Bastion is coming to the Switch on September 13th. That is that was an awesome game. What was that? Xbox 360?
I played it on the PC.
Wasteland 2 Director's Cut is coming on September 13th. Undertale is coming September 18th. I know how things go. Something gets really popular, and then there's a movement of people that are like, this thing sucks, and you're stupid for liking it. Undertale is worth your time, without a doubt. I will never forget the look on your brother's face when he finished Undertale, because he was
so
like,
sad.
I've experienced something
I think
very
I started
interesting.
playing it here, didn't I?
Yeah.
Did I buy it at my house?
And
Light
he's all like, this is stupid, I'm a play.
Light Fingers is coming on September 20th. Superbrothers Sword and Sorcery
Light
EP.
Fingers. I thought it was Little Fingers. I thought you play as the delightful
Pardon me.
character from Game of Thrones.
No.
You know, I just
Superbrothers
belched
Sword and
up
Sorcery.
cabbage,
That's
and I
great.
didn't eat cabbage.
We are
Ugh.
so behind.
It's not my fault.
It's probably from like a combination of things from lunch.
Yeah, it was probably the soup.
Yeah, or something.
It's the kale. Let me keep you around.
What are you doing over here?
Calligraphy. Yeah.
For anyone who's not watching, she keeps me around. Even people who are watching don't know. She keeps me around because I log all of her meals.
Superbrothers Sword and Sorcery EP is coming
Don't
to the
eat that. You've
Switch.
eaten your calories today.
That's from Capybara Games, and that was available on the mobile devices first exclusively. That's where
That's
I
right.
played it, and that's where Doom Michaels played it too. Excellent soundtrack in that game. Very unique type of game. Check that out. I'm so excited for Below from Capybara Games.
What's that about?
I don't know. Some guy that's underground. Like, you look up a trailer. It looks amazing. It's been coming out forever.
Listen, can I ask you a question? All right, go through the rest of these games. Can we just go?
Sure. No,
Jackbox-
don't do that. Don't do that. They all deserve time. Jackbox Party Pack 5. Transistor. Desert Child.
In December.
December.
And
Dragon
Marked
Marked for Death.
Death.
Dragon Marked for Death is from Inti Creates. Oh,
What's
Looks
Inti
great.
Creates? That's that game company, right?
yes.
But no, because you usually say Inti Creates, and I think it's Ninty Creates.
No, it is not.
Nintendo had Nintendo Art House.
That's not a
games or
thing.
whatever Art style.
That's a thing. You said art house.
You
That's
know what
wrong.
I meant. Art house style. So my problem is on this list. There is no Gris. There is no.
So your problem is
The
a
other
game that you know
games-
is coming to Switch.
But what about the other games, like from the other trailer? Then, like this War of Mine, that looked interesting to me.
Why are you asking this? They showed it in the previous presentation.
From Europe.
Nintendo of Europe put the trailer together, but Nintendo of Europe and America and Nintendo all together.
Don't act like it's rare that a game comes out in a different region and then doesn't make it here.
The Switch is not. What's the word? The Switch is region free.
It's not regioned off,
The Switch is region free. Anything that comes out anywhere you can get.
but not if it's speaking a language I don't speak.
You can still get it. You just don't
And I
understand
just
it.
can't. Yeah. What's the point of playing something you don't understand? Then again, everything I play, I don't understand.
Guy Bones says, well, just spent the rest of my eShop funds to preload Hyperlight Drifter, TowerFall, and Undertale.
What's your
Also,
Guy
can't
Bones
wait
connected
for
to?
Samurai Gun 2 and Swords and Sorcery. The Switch is the perfect system for so many games, especially couch multiplayer. Good for
Neck
you,
bones
Guy
connected
Bones.
to your Guy
So
Bones.
everything you saw in the European trailer is coming out in the States, and everything you saw in this trailer is coming out in Europe.
I should hope so.
Now, what I can't guarantee as an official localization is Japan. Now, again, region free, so they can get it over there. And then on top of that, there's some games you don't really need an official translation for to play.
Honestly, let's be realistic. Everywhere else in the world, they speak English because they respect them.
Yep, that's it. Hello, Kalta.
And
Thanks for joining us.
And everywhere in the world, there's an American in any country in the world. There's always going to be an American who says "Speak English," even though you're in a different country. I love our country.
Are you saying you're this guy? Is that what you're getting at?
No, I'm just saying that respect is not reciprocated.
Hey, Nikki Hill, you played Shovel Knight.
Did I?
Hey, Kirby, you played Shovel Knight.
I did.
Hey, me, you played Shovel Knight. I did. Well, Shovel Knight is getting another brand new mode to go along with the content we already knew was on the way. This mode is called Shovel Knight Showdown. Shovel Knight Showdown is a local multiplayer
Shovel Knight
battle
Showdown.
expansion for the game. If you own the Treasure Trove or you own Shovel Knight on another platform, you will get this update for free. But if you just want this mode, you'll be able to buy it separately if that's your thing. He's released on, well, we got that information later. So I guess we won't do all that then. It is coming to the Switch and the Wii U, but it is not coming to the 3DS version, if you want to know. We'll get into more details about that later. Oh, yeah, this I really got to talk about. Very interesting, this is. Yes, part of Treasure Trove, my friend. Cosmic Star Heroine came out on the Switch. Did you know that, Nikki Hill?
No.
Did you know that, Kirby?
No.
I totally wasn't even expecting it. It came out on the Switch. The developer of the game, which is Z-Boyd Games, but the guy who runs the company is named Robert Boyd. He said, game didn't sell too well on Switch. Didn't sell poorly. Didn't sell great. But, you know, somewhere in the middle in there. He went on Reset Era, which is a forum for video games, to talk about this. And he has since deleted these comments. But we have them, because everything on the internet lives forever.
I try to teach the kids that.
Basically, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically he says they wanted to bring the game to Switch. Nintendo was like, you got to do it like this. He had to get a publisher, so he got a publisher. He said they put it on the Switch eShop. It didn't really get any promotion from Nintendo. He says, Octopath Traveler sold over 1 million. I feel like a lot of those players would really like my game if they knew my game was out there. Said pre-orders plus the first week of sales on Switch were maybe 2/3 of the first week on PC or PS4, which both sold about the same. There's a rapid drop-off on PC and PS4 after the first week. At the time of writing this, he didn't know what the sales were going to be, what the drop in sales was going to be on Switch because it was only the first week of sales. So
he's already complaining after the first week.
Yes, two-thirds of what the game did on other platforms,
That seems pretty,
which I would think is pretty good. Yes, we don't know what the second week did. He was saying we're going to wait to see if it somehow avoids the trend of the big drop off the other platforms got. He says it looks like Switch sales for the first month will be in the 4 digits, and unless we bundle the game or do deep discounts later, I'm not expecting total sales on all platforms combined, which is PC, PS4, Vita, Switch, Xbox One, and physical, to release 100,000 K. So he's not very happy about it.
Here's the thing. It was the first week that the game was out, right? So what he did was he posted like a negative opinion about something. It generated some buzz, and now other people who were looking at it who wouldn't have seen it otherwise.
I can't.
Like, I'm not saying that was his goal.
I know,
but it's your first week, and if you're already saying like, oh, after the first 3 days of sales, I have to see if it's going to drop off like the other games. Like, if it dropped off on the other systems, why don't you talk about the other systems?
I know. I get what you're saying.
I
can't say that's what happened, but I can honestly. If people that are saying that, I can't deny that. I could say, yeah, that could be true. And then he saw that
about it now, so it definitely got some sort of publicity.
This story got a lot of attention. A lot of our readers were talking about this in Twitter, and he was answering stuff. So I tweeted this story out, and he said he replied to that tweet that I sent out, and he said, to clarify, I believe Nintendo could have boosted sales if they wanted to highlight it. However, ultimately, I have no one to blame but myself for the game's performance. And he deleted the post, which I think he was like, uh-oh, which might have been like he was angry. He vented on a forum somewhere. It started to gain traction. We shared it, and he was like, oh, I got to delete this stuff. And then he made this tweet because he's like, he doesn't want to, what's that called? Poke the bear.
Is it Poke the Bear?
Yes.
So,
but Finger the Beast, I think it's called.
You're sitting over there fingering the beast, getting things all riled up.
Or it could have been, a plan all along. So I don't know. But a lot of people on our Twitter said, I didn't even know this game existed. I didn't even know this game came out yet. I was looking forward to it.
But how many games come out that Nintendo doesn't necessarily push?
Yes.
Like, they have their own games to push. And there's also, get this, over 1,000 pieces of software out there. 1,065 to be closer to being exact, although I don't know what the numbers are right now.
56. I don't remember.
56.
Good enough.
But still, like, it's the same thing if you put it on an iPhone or something. Like, They're not going
Yeah.
to advertise everything, and when you have 1,000 pieces of software out there or games, it's going to be harder for people to come across it. However, he just got a lot of free advertising.
Yes. Orion says, so the game sold poorly on PC and PS4, and he was expecting miraculously big sales on the Switch. That's not how things work. Most of the indie titles that massively outsold the releases on competing platforms did so because they initially sold well on those other platforms. Sony promoted this game decently when it was released last year, and it sold poorly. So why would this... What the hell? So why would the Switch magically change that? Ever stop to consider that there's no market to your mediocre game that looks like you took sprites from classic Super Nintendo Genesis RPGs, JRPGs, and just fiddled with them a bit? Well, I mean, harshly worded. I think there's some good points in there, Orion. I don't agree with your final third about the graphics and all that jazz. That's just me. But I do think you make some good points. But as Nikki Hill was saying, this certainly generated some attention without a doubt. And then the other thing, that I didn't say is the game is coming out retail. And we had a ton of people who on our Twitter were saying, I didn't buy it because I'm getting the retail version. That's not out yet. That's where my money's going. I want the retail version. So, I mean, it's a little disingenuous to say sales are bad when this retail version hasn't come out and people pre-ordered
When's
that.
the retail version coming out?
I don't know. Soon?
He just generated enough buzz for more people to get the retail version.
He never mentioned the retail version. He did.
He
did. He didn't say retail version for Switch, but he did say retail in general. So I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, whatever. I think he should tweet you back and offer to pay you for your advertising.
No, that's not the point. Hey, you know, we're all bitter too. Like this could just honestly be he was angry.
Even if it wasn't his intention, that is something now that could kind of create a business model.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to create something and I'm not going to pay anybody to advertise it or something. I'm just going to complain about it and point the finger at a bunch of people who aren't even in the wrong. And then that's going to generate the buzz. And now I've got a successful whatever. And it was free.
If he did that, then good for him. We'll never know. We'll never know.
He just played you.
I mean, I report the news. That's what I do. If it gave him more sales or it hurt his sales, then that's what happens. Like, I would never do anything to maliciously attack a company or something like that. It was just I found it a very interesting story. We don't usually see developers talking about that stuff. Thank you, Alucard. Did you know Alucard is Dracula backwards?
Oh, that reminds me. So High and Lois. It actually is the name of a character.
High is?
Yeah, it's short for Hiram. He's the husband.
No. It's Hyman.
It's short for Hyman. Hyman and Lois.
So Lois.
That's the porn parody.
Okay, so I wasn't totally off.
No.
But it is still.
You were right.
They are still kind of being punny with that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a pun.
Because it's all about
Yes.
family life. And it's full of ups and downs.
Here's another hot button issue this week. Nintendo, as you well know, has been going after ROM sites and all that jazz. Nintendo always very aggressively protects their IP.
Romantic comedy sites? That's
Yes.
rom-com,
And they've done something yet again this week. They have issued a takedown for Pokemon Essentials, which was a fan-made tool set for RPG Maker. RPG Maker is a piece of software that lets you make RPGs. This Pokemon Essentials fan-made tool set used assets directly from Pokemon games, sprites and tiles and stuff like that. So it had been around for a long time, 11 years. But Nintendo, as we've seen in recent weeks and months, have been a lot more aggressive about going after this stuff. So they issued the takedown, and now it's over. So a lot of people are like, God damn it, Nintendo, this isn't hurting you. Why would you do this? And that's where the debate lies. Let's see here.
But once you
Misfortune, hold on. Misfortune says, if anything, I'm more surprised it took them this long to do anything about it. Go ahead, Mombri.
Well, you know, it's sort of like a reputation, right? Like once you somehow or another, it gets sullied, whether you sully it or someone sullies it for you, like it's hard to get that back. Like, you know, there's a lot of people who won't know that that's not Nintendo behind it. Like think about all the YouTube videos you're looking for, you know, Mr. Bubs, and you find all kinds of BS, and you're like,
Mr. Bubs.
you're like, oh, the guy who did Mr. Bubs must have done this too. Like, people aren't like smart consumers when it comes to stuff like that, and all it takes is for one person to be like, Nintendo said Satan is worshipable, and then. So, like, I get when you're a company as important and big as Nintendo or like Disney, like all those big names, you can't be too careful when, like, you hate to see people not be able to express themselves creatively and like get nailed for like copyright stuff. But at the same time, you have to understand that they have
when
to
you
protect
have like
their
a
reputation.
global brand like this, you really have to.
I wouldn't want someone taking
especially,
like my likeness and making words come out of my mouth that don't belong there.
And especially when it comes to Nintendo, who is very focused on being family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole nother aspect to it. Yes, there are fan games that are mad, and it does make me sad to see that Nintendo shoots down fan games that are out there. But when it is a fan game that's using assets directly ripped from official games, then I can assets.
Oh,
I can see like why they do it, because they're using assets that were ripped from their games. Like in this instance, Pokemon Uranium was made. And Pokemon Uranium, Nintendo offered or did a takedown notice for that and tried to get it off the internet, and that was made using this tool set. So, you know, it is sad. Like I said, I understand that people are making some great stuff, but if you're going into like, if you know enough about how to make games and stuff like this, then you obviously have an idea that Nintendo is going to swoop in on this stuff. So. This ties into the story we were just talking about with Cosmic Star Heroine. The developers, which we talked about last week, of Velocity 2X, are trying to get the sequel published. They can't do so because they don't have sales figures for the first game because it was free on PlayStation Plus, blah, 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 blah. So we talked about that last week. It was a big discussion, and a lot of people have been looking at the story and saying, this guy's doing this just to drum up sales for his game, which is exactly what we were talking about. So the developer has fired back at those allegations. What's his name? James Marsden. He's at Future Lab, which is the developer of Velocity 2X. Here he is talking about people that are saying you're only making these complaints about the sequel not being published because you want to drum up sales for the Switch version. He says, well, people can read that if they want, but that's not where it came from. If in 10 years' time it came out in an interview that there was always a Velocity 3, but we could never get it signed, as a fan I would be annoyed I heard about it 10 years late. I'd rather have known at the time with an opportunity to do something about it. This might be the last time they have to prove to a publisher that it's worth investing in another Velocity game. We showed Velocity Supernova, which is the sequel, to Curve, and they just fell out of their chairs for it. They loved it, but they need to see sales. You know, money talks. So he's saying that's the deal. They like the game. They're considering publishing, but they need to see sales evidence that they should take on the publishing duties. Hello, Jumpman. I saw you in there. Mock Turtles. No. Shh. Oh, no.
What?
Everything okay?
Sean Snekta?
Yeah, that's close.
Jimmy Superfly Snekta? Yeah. That's what I was saying, right?
Yeah, that's how we were going to remember it.
It's the internet. Sob stories are usually met with skepticism. Hope the game does well. Well, Sean, that's a lovely thing to hear. Yeah. My personal opinion on this, I think the guy's on the up and up. I think he's telling the real deal story here. I don't think he's just trying to work a scheme here. We're not doing that. Oh my God, we didn't even do these yet. North America.
Hurry up already.
eShop releases in North America this week. Into the Breach, The Walking Dead, the complete first season. And if you're like, why would they do the first season and the last seasons are coming to play? The complete series on Switch, if you are worried about that. Also on Switch is Crossed Swords, Bloxic, I guess, Claws of Fury, Fall of Light Darkest Edition, Freedom Planet, God Wars the Complete Legend, Haunted Dungeons Hayaki Castle, Mini Metro. Mickey Hill, I need you to look at that game when you get a chance. I don't know what to think of it. What? Mini Metro, no. Moonfall Ultimate, Ninjin, Clash of Carrots, Fantorok, Real Politics, Son of a Witch, The Video Kid, which, if anyone's interested, is exactly like Paperboy. Might want to check that out if you like Paperboy.
What is it called? Video Witch? No, that's different.
Mini Metro.
No.
The Video Kid is what I just said.
Kid. Mini Metro. Switch.
Toy Stunt Bike Tip Tops Trials. The game is now available and a demo as well. So if you're on the fence about it, you can play that demo. A game about a motorcycle? The answer is yes.
Tip Top?
Tip Top, yeah.
Riding a motorcycle through like a gigantic house or something. Right?
Yes. Steeled. Oh my God. Is he tiny or is the house giant?
That's a good question.
Steel Diver
That's
says.
a good question.
Steel Diver says, literally no good game. Switch is dead. Rest in peace, Nintendo. Now, here's a question about the online service for the podcast. Do you think the NES games will get each their own icon, or will they be all? Steel Diver, this is not where you ask questions. You can't do that.
Please save your questions for the end of the tour.
That's a bad question for the end of the tour. Here you go. Here's more of that Shovel Knight stuff that I'll give you real quick. Shovel Knight King of Cards, which is the expansion that we already knew about, is coming to the Switch and the Wii U on April 9th, 2019. Shovel Knight Showdown, the multiplayer game that we just talked about, is coming to the Switch and the Wii U on April 9th, 2019. There's a physical version of Shovel Knight Treasure Trove coming to the Switch. Comes out April 9th, 2019. This is all coming in North America and Europe. The retail version costs $40. You can still buy Treasure Trove digitally for its current price of $25, and you'll receive the additional content for free. So again, if you already have Shovel Knight, and if you already have, hello, Blue Bolt, if you have Treasure Trove, you're getting this extra content in April for free. No money needs to be spent. Maybe we should add that one.
Yeah, why not?
It's free! What?
The King of Cards and Shovel Knight Showdown will be released separately, as well as you can buy them individually if you want. And then on top of that, the Amiibo 3-pack, which features Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, and King Knight, is all coming out April 9th, 2019. So here's your answer. Anything brand new for Shovel Knight is coming out April 9th, 2019. That is everything. Every bit of DLC, the Amiibo packs, the retail package, all on April 9th, 2019. And just to be clear, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove includes the original Shovel Knight, Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows, Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment, the upcoming King of Cards, and Showdown modes as well. So a buttload of content if you don't already have it. Even if you don't have any of it and you buy the retail version for $40, you're getting an insane amount of content. Are you watching Mini Metro?
Understand? Is it a game?
Nope. Shillelagh says April 9th. That's a long way away. I take it that this will be for Shovel Knight. This will be it for Shovel Knight as far as updates go. The game will be just short of 4 years old at this point. I'll be curious to see how much it sells. I must already own a few of the Amiibo triple packs produced, but they'll sell out on being rare collectibles alone. I do like the Shovel Knight cast. Europe. Digital downloads. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. These are all Switch. Into the Breach. The Messenger. The Blob 2. Blade Strangers. The Walking Dead, the final season. The Walking Dead, the complete first season. Victor Vran, Overkill Edition. Western 1849 Reloaded. Nikki Hill, you might want to check out that one too.
What?
Western 1849 Reloaded.
Western?
Is a it's kind of like
What?
it's kind of like an old school like arcade shooter, kind of like Time Crisis or something like that, but you can actually use the Joy-Con and point it at the TV to play, which is kind of cool.
Oh, because it's got the IR camera.
No, it doesn't use the
What the heck?
it uses like the pseudo motion controls to figure out where you're pointing.
Yeah, I bet.
Arcade Archives Argus
Nalia game?
is on the Switch.
You know you can silence those things.
I didn't.
Fall of Light Darkest Edition Freedom Planet, Gnome's Garden 3, The Thief of Castles, Haunted Dungeons Hayaki Castle, Mini Metro, Fantorok, Real Politics, The Video Kid, God Wars The Complete Legend, There's a instant tennis demo DLC for this, that, and the other thing. Pre-orders for stuff we already talked about.
Cell shaded.
When you say Fantarock, it
Fantarock.
makes me think of Eternal Darkness, because
Yeah.
wasn't there one of the like
Montarock or something?
Mantarock? Yeah, it was one of the ancient gods or something.
Maybe this guy's related. They're brothers, probably.
Oh.
Well, it's like one of the.
I don't know if there
one
is
of the
Laxter.
runes, right?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Shillelagh
there's
says
a rune for each one.
60 euros for Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate is very expensive. Remember, it's a 3DS port. They've also passed on the cost of using a 16 gig cartridge. I've heard good things about the Messenger in it. Nope. The benchmark for the future of the Mega Man franchise. So Mega Man 11, I believe, comes out October 2nd, 2018. I couldn't be more excited. A new Mega Man game. Finally, I'm so excited. Oh, it's coming out October 2nd. The producer of the game, Kazuhiro Tsuchiya, talked about it a little bit. He says, the goal of Mega Man 11 is to create a new benchmark for Mega Man games for the next 10 years. Mega Man 11's existence is the result of the volume of voices from gamers. Certainly took them long enough to listen to us, but they finally did.
Or are they going to just go up to Mega Man like 12 and it's just going to take 10 years to get there?
I'd say 3 games would be optimistic, I guess. 3 mainline Mega Man games. Mega Man Legacy Collection was very well received and got good feedback from fans, and this feedback was very important and helped fuel the creation of Mega Man 11. Mega Man 11 can be completed without using the gear system. So if you're a Mega Man purist and you don't want the gear system, is the new feature thing that lets you do like slow down and stuff like that. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. And for those interested, it runs on Capcom's MT framework, which is what some of the Resident Evil games ran on as well. Now, I can't wait. I'm very nervous that the music's not going to be good, but everything that you barely get to hear in a game sounds good. The clips that they show don't give you enough of the music, or there's like other things going on. You can't hear it. I want to do a video about how I think the music is so important to the Mega Man franchise. The Mega Man franchise overall, much like the Castlevania franchise, has some of the best game music ever.
Oh, sure.
It's great. It's great stuff. Man, how do you do that?
What, make game music?
Like, I know it's the same thing for developing a game. You're like, let's make a fun game. How do you make a fun game? But like, people play test it and everything. You can get a good idea that a game feels good and stuff like that. But how do you make a good game soundtrack? How do you do it?
How did you make good songs when you were making songs?
Oh, they weren't good.
Oh,
I have to talk to Name of Austin now. That's a guy that knows how to make some good songs. Shillelagh says digital only in Europe. That's a great benchmark for some of us.
Yeah.
Very quickly, version 6.0.0 of the Switch firmware has supposedly been data mined. Here's some details on what it includes. Switch Online subscription support, obviously. Save data backup. New icons to choose from. 2 for Captain Toad, 2 for Toadette, 1 for Wingo, 1 for Dragodon. These are all from Captain Toad Treasure
1 for
Tracker.
Buckenberry.
1 for Olagold. New controller icons for the Famicom, the NES, and the Super Nintendo. Mitigations against Deja Vu, which is an unreleased Switch exploit. Not the game that we all know and love. And there's other thing to protect against exploits. We don't know if this is the only stuff that's going to be in the update, but this was data mined, supposedly. First comment comes from Bunker Neath. Great name. Bunker Neath says, that it? Thought we would get some folders or themes or something more interesting. Again, that's what has been data mined. We don't know that that's all that's in there. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes has gotten a release date, everybody. It's coming out January 18th, 2019.
All right.
And Suda51 gave an interview today, and he said...
That's Luke's birthday.
He never played the second one.
Yeah.
He liked the first one.
Suda said he pushed the game into 2019 because he didn't want to put it up against Smash Brothers because he said he didn't want to make Smash Brothers have bad sales. I love him. Well, let's see if you guys are excited. Probably not. First comment comes from the Shoemaker, and he says, even if it could come out this year, it would get completely lost in the release schedule. Probably. I don't know why that's a top story, but Impact Man piles into Mega Man 11. That's Capcom's press release statement, not mine.
Oh boy.
They showed off an official trailer for Impact Man. What a terrible name.
Impact Man
A dedicated
is
robot who likes to see a job
corporate.
through to the end. Impact Man is focused solely on spiking Mega Man into the ground permanently. He's a heavy-duty construction robot. There you go. Who's gone crazy, obviously.
Impact Man.
Gonna make an impact. Impact Man coming into the impact zone. First comment comes from Steve Nintendo, and he says, Impact Man piles into Mega Man 11. I see what you did there. Mega Man 11 looks great. The more I see of it, the more excited I am about playing it, and I don't have to wait long now either. If this gets read out, I hope you're all having a great podcast. Sorry I haven't been able to join you for a while. It's okay, Steve Nintendo. Thank you for your nice comment, which was not angry about anything. That's always nice to see. Our final top story, which has blown up on Twitter. Thank you to everybody who shared that tweet and liked it and commented on it. It's insane. At last check, it had something like 3,000 likes and like 1,400 retweets, and it's my Twitter's going nuts from it. Sony's CEO, a guy I like, Kenichiro Yoshida, talked about once again the issue with crossplay between Fortnite, between Xbox One, PC, Switch, and all that stuff. While you can do crossplay on PS4 with PC and mobile, you cannot play PS4 and Switch. You cannot play PS4 and Xbox One. Xbox One and Switch can play together. Xbox One and Switch can play with everybody but PS4. So Mr. Yoshida was asked again about this, and so far Sony's been like, they haven't even given like wishy-washy answers. They've just like not answered the question. They're flat out asked, why are you blocking crossplay? And they're like, yeah, PS4.
Yeah,
Next question.
Go buy one.
Well, Mr. Yoshida had a different response this time. He says, on cross-platform, our way of thinking is always that PlayStation is the best place to play. Fortnite, I believe, partnered with PS4, is the best experience for our users. That's our belief.
So spend, what, $400 to play a free game is what he's saying.
I mean, who would do something like that?
The best experience, he's saying the best experience for their users is to prevent them from playing with other people. That's what he's saying. Might the PS4 have a better frame rate than the Switch? Definitely. Might the PS4 have a better resolution than Switch? Certainly. Certainly. But they're blocking people from playing with Xbox One and Switch
And
because
the fun
obviously
I had playing squads has
couldn't have
nothing to
happened.
do with frame rate and resolution.
That's right. Couldn't have happened on the PS4. You couldn't do that. Couldn't do it. Can't do it. So yeah, this comment has
Can't let you do that.
that's been heating up. First comment comes from Mr. Life, and he says, really? That's the best excuse you can come up with, Sony? Somebody on Twitter said, yeah, you can do all that, but can you play Fortnite on the toilet? You can do it with Switch. You can do it with Switch. Depending on where your TV is, I guess you could do it with PS4. And if you were our friend Wheelay, your mom would wheel in the TV for you while you were in the bathtub, so I guess you could play in there. That's all our top stories.
All
There's
right.
a lot of them. We are not doing a question today because there's simply not enough time. I'm sorry. But keep sending us your questions at GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. Also, send us your podcast music to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com. That is gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com. Let's talk about what we played. What'd you play, Nicky Hill?
Toon Blast. That's about it.
What'd you play, Kirby?
You're not going to ask what level I'm on?
What level are you on, Nicky Hill?
I don't know.
Okay,
Let me find
great.
out. I'm on level 420.
Whoa!
Currently, I'm in the #1 position in the Star Chase thing, but there's 35 hours left to go.
No, Kim, we're not doing middle stories or bottom stories.
Oh, I get it.
Just read you every story on the website for the week. Yes, Kirby?
Oh, I played a little Happy Wheels.
Oh, on your phone?
Yeah, for the first time in
Wait,
a
is that the
while.
bike one? Or,
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn it!
Yeah, I finally
Work.
they finally unlocked what's her name, Efficient Shopper.
Yes.
So I completed 2 levels.
It's funny
with her
because
so
I've been
far.
playing it too just recently out of nowhere. Not this past week, but a couple weeks ago. Yeah, always makes me laugh. That's a great mobile conversion. That is not a game I would have thought would have been able to be played well on a phone, but they did a great job there.
Yeah, I mean, I've only played it on the phone so far. What are you laughing at?
Talking about playing Fortnite on the toilet, Matt doesn't have to worry because Matt says, my toilet is in my shorts. Touche.
The world is my toilet.
Anyway, sorry. So you played that. Anything else?
That was it for me.
Mom Brain,
Yes.
what have you been playing?
Fortnite.
You played Fortnite this week?
Mm-hmm.
On the
Play-
toilet?
No.
In your shorts?
Played Fortnite with my mom.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then what's the name of the game that I started?
ROM 2064.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's a lot of fun. And I don't know if Rami told you guys, but I am probably the best. And for his birthday, he'd been asking for a little high-tech aesthetic in the house. And so, lasers and such. His words, not mine.
Directly in my eyes. I believe I did really
Laser
say
in the
lasers
eyeball.
and such. Yes.
Yeah. So I ended up buying the Philips Hue light bar and putting that on the TV in the game room.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah, it looks
Pretty
pretty cool.
cool.
it's cool. It's cool. It's cool to play that game with the light bar.
What game?
She's playing ROM 2064.
Rom-com.
Read Only Memories 2064. Great soundtrack, great game. I talked about it already. So
Yeah. So that's been it.
nice one, right?
What have you been playing, Rami?
I am absolutely ashamed to say, outside of Toon Blast, I played nothing this week, and it made me honestly very angry.
No way! I don't believe it!
So I was doing Gamescom stuff, and the week has been so insanely busy. I have to get a huge thank you to Nintendo Don, because he's been a great help. Not even in a full day. It's like 9 hours. There were 120 posts a day. A day. No.
Wow.
He, like when I'm
Did you
sleeping,
say wah?
No, it's a wow.
when I'm sleeping, he would do like 40 or so. And I never give him the site to work on until I've finished a complete round. And one day that took me, I started at 5:45 in the morning, and I didn't finish until 10:15. I didn't go to bed until 10:15, and I got up at 12:30. And in that time, Don put up another 40-something posts. It's been insanity. If you want any more proof that the Switch is doing insanely well,
That's not.
there's your
because of
proof.
the Switch.
What do you mean? What am I writing about? The 3DS? What the hell's coming to 3DS? Luigi?
No, you're just talking about game news in Gamescom, and it's a gaming convention.
What
Oh
are you talking about? I'm talking about Nintendo-related games at Gamescom.
yeah, oh my god,
So thank you to Nintendo. Also thank you to Yo Schiller. Yo Schiller does do a round on Tuesdays. And I'm sure he's shell-shocked with all the crap that's been going on. But
Shell shot.
seriously, between the site and Twitter, and we've really been, you know what? I was like, God damn it. I'm really putting my all into Facebook because a lot of people are over there. I should do it. I should pay more attention over there. So I've been a new initiative on Facebook, and it's been paying off. You guys have been great. Thank you so much. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/GoNintendo. It's not every story that's on GoNintendo.
Go Nintendo show on Facebook TV or whatever that's
Yes, right after this.
called. Right after these short messages.
Here's how. Let me explain this. Well, people don't go to websites anymore. That's an old thing. They do
Yeah,
Twitter
that's
and
true.
social media. So here's how you get your Go Nintendo news. If you want every single story that I do, go to GoNintendo.com.
Never
If
heard
you
of it.
want 99.8% of every story that I do, go to Twitter. That's twitter.com/GoNintendo tweet.
You tweet every single news story.
Is this guy not listening?
You said 99.8.
What do you
Yeah.
So you tweet almost every news story for the day.
That's what I'm getting at.
That's insane. Who does that? This guy.
We have like an insane amount of tweets overall. Plus, I throw some extra ones in there, just like BSing about stuff. Name King Class says, I don't do Facebook or Twitter. That's fine. Go to GoNintendo.com. And if you want, let's say 40% of the stories on GoNintendo, so the bigger stories.
So
I'll give
like
you,
podcast
I'll say,
stuff.
No.
Like what we talk about on the podcast.
Yeah. I'll say, mid to high level stories, go to the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/GoNintendo. If you could like it and follow it, that would be great because advertisers are like, how many Facebook likes you got? How many followers on Twitter? I'm like, you piece of garbage.
I thought
It
Facebook
doesn't
was like
matter.
going away.
Yeah, people say Facebook's going away. And they're all, the bandwagon starts going and all that stuff. And then you're like, oh, by the way, Facebook has 6 billion users or some crazy insane. Like it's got over 1 billion accounts on it. So,
right.
So like going away doesn't really mean anything. It's still leagues beyond anything else. And tell me if I'm wrong, guys, because I don't know.
Right.
I know we're late, but I got to talk about this. I've been thinking about closing the Instagram because I'm going to be completely honest. I don't post on it often, and I have no idea what to post there. Like, what do I post? I'm not posting news on there.
Nudes.
Yeah, that's it. Nudes.
Can you do that on Instagram?
No. If there's like, censor stuff on it. I honestly don't know what to do with the Instagram. Like, how many times can you post a picture of Donkey Kong and be like, oh, Smash Brothers is coming out? Stuff like that. Like, I can't go around and take pictures of retro stuff all the time because I'm here working. Like, the level of importance is GoNintendo.com. Right behind it is Twitter. Right behind that is Facebook. Instagram is like, I'm like, oh yeah, Instagram maybe sometimes because I don't know what to tell. I'm just being honest. Post your hairstyle for each week there, says Kim. Oh, well, get ready for the same picture every week. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you're really passionate about Instagram or you have some ideas for Instagram, send me an email. Let me know. Send an email to either rawmeatcowboy@gmail.com or kcassidy@gonintendo.com. Maybe I'll turn it over to one of you guys and you can do whatever you want with it. I don't know. What do you do on Instagram? Everybody does like stories now. What do you want to story me sitting at my desk typing? Blow it out your ass.
Kiss off. You smell.
Oh man. All right. We're way late. Come in. Let's do some music. Oh, that guy's great. I wish I was as happy as that guy.
He's so happy to be off.
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh. Is that what I sound like?
Why do you keep asking?
Every time.
Song number 1 comes to us
I've
from
created the ultimate speaker.
Denby.
Is this a Mega Man?
No.
That's as loud as you can go?
Wait, like, wasn't it too loud at first?
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Oh, now we're getting someone. Great job, Mother.
Alright, well, I'm guessing this is on the NES.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got no idea. Well, in the interest of time, since we're late, I don't know. Kirby, do you know?
Ninja Gaiden?
No.
Nikki Hill, do you know?
No.
We're out.
Z's XEXYZ. Z's. Zez.
Are you having a stroke?
No, that's what it is.
Who sent that?
Denby.
Never take a submission.
Thank you, Denby.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh, I've never even heard of that.
This
game.
one comes from Wired.
Calta, you're right.
Hey, I'm trying.
Is this Splatoon or something?
No.
I guess like Rhythm Heaven.
No.
Let's tap.
No.
Quest or something.
Rub rabbits.
No.
Touch. What's that called?
Detective.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
Rub detective.
Feel that.
Rub detective.
It's not the credits. It sounds like the credits. It sounds like it's a German movie.
Some weeaboo crap.
I don't know.
Taiko no Tatsu Hatsune Miku.
No.
Shin Megami Tensei.
No.
Oh,
Wait, what is that rhythm game you were playing?
That's what I'm thinking
That
of.
was like impossible.
is this on Switch?
Yep.
The color game?
Oh God, what's the like in Kirby?
I have no idea.
With the ball? To make the colors?
No,
The pattern?
no, still no.
Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna remember.
Go ahead, tell us.
Galgun.
Oh God, it's not what I thought it was, but we played that. Well, your brother and I played that.
Oh.
All right. So it was
The
Galgun.
game where you
Switch.
shoot the
The
girls in school because they're
This
in
one comes
the
from
lobby.
Blake.
Yeah, that's right.
Adam's Family. Animal Crossing?
Nope.
That's what I was gonna guess.
It's not first party, is it?
It is, I believe.
Oh. What system?
3DS.
Oh dear Lord.
Fantasy Life?
No.
Was that first party? I don't know.
Final Fantasy.
No.
Something Life.
Mm-hmm.
What's Life from Nintendo?
I thought it was.
Tomodachi Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got one.
Okay. This next one comes from Mikey3319. And it's ironic that this should come up today.
Let me turn this off, please.
These two
Oh,
would find it funny that it would come up today.
Oh no. I know something about today.
It's not today. It's yesterday. What we did yesterday.
so is it licensed?
It's about haircuts.
It's licensed. It's not about haircut.
Is that vegetable game where you got vegetable hair?
No.
What did we do yesterday? Like words? What was yesterday? Friday? We hung out with friends. We watched stuff on YouTube. It's a licensed game.
Yeah, we watched like a bunch of.
You were
cartoon theme
Captain
songs.
America.
No.
You were here with us.
Oh.
You figure it out.
We watched like 3 hours of cartoon.
Maya the Bee. We didn't watch that. It's for something we watched.
Yep.
Mighty Ducks.
Nope.
G.I. Joe.
No.
Power Rangers.
No.
Clark. Darkwing Duck. Tailspin.
No.
Marsupilami.
You guys are alive.
We did. Yeah. The critic.
The critic.
Is it something YouTube related?
No,
I mean,
it's
saw
on
it on
YouTube. James Bond Jr.
Yep.
Mr. Bob.
Oh, it is! Somebody finally did it! Who was it?
Mikey3319.
Mikey3319. Thank you. You
James
finally
Bond?
did it. No, and I got it.
James Bond Jr.
James Bond Jr.
All right. So this one comes from Glitter Bubble 3.
You guys watched YouTube?
The intro. Boy, you need to see that.
It's just as bad as I
Oops. Sorry.
Luigi's Mansion.
No.
Lego Harry Potter?
No.
All right, it's a portable, without a doubt.
Uh-huh.
Castlevania.
I can't tell what portable. DS?
It's DS.
Castlevania.
Nope.
Not first party.
No.
I like it. Final Fantasy.
Way out.
Fudge ripples. my new curse. I'm saying that.
Fudge ripples.
Fudge ripples.
No.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Garfield's Nightmare.
Garfield's Nightmare is like no lasagna and lots of Odies and Nurmals.
And Mondays.
Yeah,
Two podcasts
Monday
in
is
a row
Garfield's
talking
Nightmare.
about Garfield. Tyrone, if you're listening, feel free to send me another text about Garfield.
All right, this one
Number one Garfield fan.
comes from. You can't see my screen right now.
No, I can't.
Okay. This one comes from Andy the Zombie. Hold on, let me just. Okay, we should be in good shape.
Banjo Kazooie.
Yes.
Right away.
All right, that was from Andy the Zombie.
In the live action movies,
Really
Odie
inappropriate.
is a Dachshund Terrier mix.
Oh, so not a beagle.
In the live action.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Because they had to use a real dog.
Oh, it counts.
This one comes from Blood Ocean 07.
It's Super Mario 64 Bowser's theme.
You got it.
So long, gay Bowser.
That was from Blood Ocean 07. This one comes from Tommy K.
Wikipedia says beagle.
Too quiet. All right, it's a portable.
Is there ever a Baywatch
I don't know
game?
what it is.
No.
GBA? DS?
Yes.
Is this licensed?
Does Flashdance the game?
I hope so.
First party.
It is first party?
Footloose?
Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Black, white,
Uh-uh.
diamond, pearl.
Yes. What it is.
Did they ever make a Pokemon musical? Because that seems like it would be perfect for it.
This one comes from
I'm sure there had to be a musical at some point, right? Some sort of stage show.
Raymond.
Better Off Dead the movie game.
No.
You hear it, right? Kirby?
Oh, yeah.
It's racing?
Kind of, yeah.
What system is this?
Muscle March?
You.
All right, racing on the cube.
Oh, Dharma.
Kirby's Air Ride.
Kind of.
Kirby's
No.
Air Ride. Kind of
I mean, it's
racing.
racing. It's not waiting.
Beetle Adventure Racing.
No.
Wave Race.
Yes.
Blue Storm? What's it called?
Yeah. You got it.
Never played that.
Never even heard of it.
Nintendo Fanboy says, yes, there was a Pokemon on ice.
Ah.
All
There's
right.
songs during that.
Yeah.
You don't just watch them skate around.
Last song for
Weird.
today comes from Jess.
Top Gun movie game. I think that big wedding dance.
What system is this?
Cube.
A game about Skittles.
Dama.
No.
What? It's not first party.
I
I don't think.
Is that an island or something?
Is it
Is this on a dog island? No, it's not GameCube.
Crystal Chronicles?
What the hell? Is this The Hobbit?
No.
I don't know. Go ahead, I don't know.
Tales of Symphonia.
Oh, assholes bringing it back.
1,
Thanks,
2, 3,
Jess.
4, 5. You got 6 out of 10.
Oh, no. Well, we're real late. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
sailor.
Beaches, the movie, the game.
I've never seen that.
Or that's not Beaches. That's just The Rose, right? They made a movie about The Rose, right?
Oh yeah,
Called The Rose.
which was supposed to be like a biopic about Janis Joplin, but they couldn't get the rights.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Sarah says, thanks, RMC, Mom Brain, Soundboard, Kirby, and Crazy Hill. Great show as
Hey,
usual. Bye, everyone.
thank
Kisses
you.
and hugs. Goodbye, Sarah. Sarah,
Goodbye.
thanks for hanging with us. It was a great time.
Thanks for
Crazy
stopping
Hill.
by.
Roth says, that makes me want to watch the rest of Disenchantment. And that's what I'll do.
Why not
I'm
watch
on
The
episode
Rose?
7. Kirby finished it.
I did finish it.
I
My
didn't
mom
start it.
finished it.
You know what I did start last week with The Stranger? I'll tell you when I finish.
I want to have intercourse with you. Relations. That's from Family Guy. What?
What's Family Guy?
Precious. Tell me. Hi, Giant Reggie. Goodbye,
I
Giant
don't know when
Reggie.
I'm going to be able to continue it, so I won't even start.
What the hell? What are you
Hannibal.
talking about?
We started watching
Oh!
Man.
How many episodes are you?
2.
Joe says woozle wuzzle.
Got a little moist thinking about it.
Two episodes. Pretty good.
And I have to watch it with subtitles because I feel like they talk deeply about concepts, and I'm like, I don't gather what's going on. And then
Really?
Mads has an accent, and I'm like, is he mumbling through words?
Everything
Oh,
about
excuse
that
me.
is so great.
The teacup.
Ugh.
Who's he?
Hi, Craig. I finally was able to catch a podcast. Saw your channel because I was looking for a new gaming chair. That's great, Craig. I'm going to take a screenshot of that.
Send that to
I'm
them.
talking to them. I was like, hey, guys, want to do a podcast sponsorship? And I could be like, look, Craig, you bought the chair, right? Wink, wink.
That's the best chair you've ever seen.
Honest to God, that chair is good. That's it. My brain, back me up. That's the chair I sit in every single day
All
for
day.
work, all day.
I need one of those, but tall, so I can use it at the barfest.
I mean, it goes up.
Not high enough.
What
I
if
bet.
you put it on top of the treadmill?
Oh, and turned it on. It's got wheels, so it should
My
go.
feet are not touching that treadmill anytime in the near
What
future because I think that
is in
that
my
is
butt?
part of my problem.
I think that's what caused some of my issue to flare up too. I mean, that's what they said because I had the incline all the way up, and he was like, "Yeah,
That's
that
great.
angle."
The world of YouTube is a weird
Well,
place,
yeah, because
man.
I always have it inclined.
Somebody's looking for a
because they
gaming
tell
chair
you
review.
It's not like, it's more like running
Craig,
outside if you have a little bit.
Craig, that is such a great story, man. That is great. You really made my day.
Did you know that?
I
Jay?
know
I
that.
gotta go lay down.
Craig says, dude, I love Nintendo. I have like 4 Nintendo 64 sitting right in front of me. So glad I found this channel.
Coffee.
And yes, I
What's
did.
that?
You bought the chair. Craig, are you joking
That's
or
all
did you really
sugar?
buy the chair?
I can make another pot.
Craig, that's great. That's
Well,
such
I
a
could
great
use some,
story.
actually.
Because I often wonder, like, how do people find this channel that don't know about GoNintendo.com or the Twitter? Do people just organically find it?
I did a Google
And you
search.
do.
I did a Google search.
I
And
live
said,
with it.
what game Nintendo site
Sucks the most.
sucks the most?
What
You
game?
found it that way too.
What game Nintendo? Craig says I had the blue and black one. I like the wing. I like that the wings aren't as prominent, and I'm just a big guy and have a very wide build. Well, Craig, you and I, we're best buds.
Crazy Hill signing out. I don't even know if that's the nickname means.
Craig, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that story.
you're
I'm
so
glad
sorry.
you like the channel. I know my channel's weird, and I don't like get involved in drama and all that shit. You know, I'm not going to say who I was talking to, but I have a list of all the things I could do for the channel that would bump subscribers like crazy because I've been chronicling how people get popular channels and all that stuff, and it's a list of terrible things that would make me feel like a garbage person. Boobs in the thumbnail. No, that's old school. You gotta have like your title's important. It has to be like
clickbait titles.
You
right.
won't. No, it'll be like my worst day ever, and then in parentheses emotional.
or Mom Brain and I are getting a divorce.
Yes, funny. He says, my hand to God, dude, I bought it. Was a huge plus that you love Nintendo because I'm a huge gaming fan. Well, I hope you enjoy that chair, and I hope you feel I was being genuine, because I am certainly genuine about that stuff. That's really cool. That's really cool.
My toolbox.
I would love to talk to you more, Craig. If you want to talk, you can shoot me an email at romycowboy@gmail.com. But thank you for sharing that story. That is the best. That's the best. Things are always going good for GoNintendo. You guys are great supporters. Hello, Feeling Fine. You guys have been supporting me for almost 15 years now, so thank you for that. But just the fact that new people are coming in, things are going great. You guys are great. All right. Apparently, everybody here in the house is taking a nap, so I have to stop the show because they're gonna
have coffee or something.
They gotta go to bed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Play some games. Hang out with friends and family. You deserve it.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.